Welcome to How to Yu-Gi-Oh!
Breakdown Dark Magician of Destruction.
Chapter 1.
Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about this new card and how it affects Yu-Gi-Oh! In the future and my speculations about it. With that being said, let's get on with the rest of the video.
Chapter 2.
Okay, and so here we are with this card, as you can see in front of you, coming out in February 17th, 2026, in Maze of Muertos. Anyways, let's read it, and let's read Dark Magician Destruction, its effect. Dark Magician plus one light or dark monster must be either fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by banishing one level 6 or higher dark spellcaster you control during the turn a spell card or effect was activated. You can special summon Dark Magician of Destruction once per turn this way, no matter which method you use. If this card is special summoned, you can add one Dark Magician or one card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. This card's name becomes Dark Magician while on the field or in the graveyard. So when I look at this card, right, I look at what it can do, I look at the targets that it can search, and at the fact that it can go into quite a lot of things. I think my initial reaction was, I think when it was revealed very many months earlier this year, was that this card is a little bit crazy. This card is a little bit busted. But then it was after further, thoughts about it. It was after further implementation and furtherly thinking where this card is going to be in, what it's going what deck it's going to be in, and what exactly it's going to do, and realizing this card may not be as bad or as broken as initially believed. This was under the assumption, right, that Snake Eyes, whatever, would be used primarily heavily with, in the future. But I've seen this year that Snake Eyes has just fallen out of the wayside, especially in the competitive scene, even in the rogue scene. Snake Eyes is not played anymore, and this is a significant thing to take note here. Just no one is playing Snake Eyes, right? And the fact that this is only going to be used in its home, which is Dark Magician, means that I don't expect to see this card a lot. And maybe intentionally, we will see this card. You will see this card in decks. Possibly, maybe might be used as an engine to get Red Eye's Dark Dragoon out in TCG. Maybe there's that. But I think part of the problem I've seen with this is that you've got to play a lot of garnets here. You've got to play the Dark Magician, uh, you know, and you have to play, some garnets. And the problem is with the way modern deck design has been made, especially this year, we like players like their one card combos, going back to a garnet, going backwards in terms of card economy is not exactly the place players are going to be familiar with. Now, if the game is slowing down, which I feel we're going to be slowing down in, hopefully, then possibly this card will be useful. But again, my hot take is that this card will have some initial use and then will fade into obscurity. I feel it will fade more into obscurity than even the Crystron Archify Backs Link 3. This card I feel will fade so fast because while it sounds good in theory, it sounds really great and you can do a lot of things. There's a lot of garnets that you have to play. There's a lot of potential stuff, cards that you have to play that don't synergize with each other. And yeah, sure, the engines could be great and you could whatever, but it's a lot of what ifs. And whenever I think to myself about what ifs in Yu-Gi-Oh, especially when it comes to deck building or deck creation for a card, and you start asking yourself a lot of what ifs. That shows a sign that this card in question isn't very good. You know, if you are asking yourself too many questions about how you're going to use this card, how it's going to be applied, it's not too good, and it's for that reason that I see that this card won't do so well. Maybe it might do well, but I don't see that Dark Magician of Destruction will be a blowout card. Next year. That's it, really. Let's head on to the conclusion.
Final chapter.
So overall, uh, here at the conclusion, I want to say that when it comes to Dark Magician of Destruction, yeah, I'm not too hot about it. I mean, initially I was like earlier in the year when it was revealed, I was like, yo, this card's gonna go hard. It's gonna be really, really strong. We've got Snake Eyes that, people are gonna use, especially in the beginning of this year. Snake Eyes is gonna be really good with that support. But Snake Eyes really hasn't done anything this year in Yu-Gi-Oh. Sure, OSS is banned, Original Suppose Points is banned, but I expected Snake Eyes to do something. I think as a player base, we expected Snake Eyes to do something, but Snake Eyes has just been nowhere to be seen. And with that being said, if Snake Eyes remains the way it is now, especially going to next year, which is where the general aspect of you would play this card, then this also means that this card again won't see play. If the best engine for it is not being played, then this further puts it in with Dark Magician. And Dark Magician has not been in a very good place, especially in TCG. Sure, it's had Primite there, and maybe this card might help Dark Magician, but again, there's a lot of maybes, there's a lot of what ifs, but potentially there could be something there. And that's it, really. And so tune in next time as I'll talk about more things on this channel. Hope to see you soon.
We come to the end of this video. So, as I like to say, you are one step closer to becoming a Yu-Gi-Oh master. My fate, right, is in your hands.